In the heart of a dense, ancient forest, a tiny life teetered on the brink of extinction. A fragile hatchling, no bigger than a leaf, chirped helplessly in its nest as a pair of cold, calculating eyes emerged from the shadows. Below, perched on a lower branch, a mother bird watched in horror. Her wing was broken, a cruel twist of fate that had left her grounded and seemingly powerless. Every instinct screamed for her to fly, to shield her young, but she was trapped. The predator, a cunning weasel, began its slow, deliberate climb. For the helpless mother, the world narrowed to this single, terrifying moment. Giving up was not an option. The forest, usually a symphony of life, had fallen silent. The gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of other birds were replaced by an oppressive quiet, as if the very trees were holding their breath. High in the canopy, the nest was a small, woven sanctuary, now a stage for a life-or-death drama. It was painstakingly built, twig by twig, a testament to a mother's love and hope. But the forest floor was the domain of hunters. The weasel, a sleek shadow of hunger, saw only an easy meal. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of damp earth and the metallic tang of fear. The world was a beautiful, brutal place. And right now, brutality was closing in. Panic, cold and sharp, pierced the mother bird's heart. Her broken wing throbbed with a fiery pain, a constant agonizing reminder of her weakness. Doubt crept in like a chilling fog. "What can I do?" A desperate voice whispered in her mind. "I can't fly, I can't fight." She looked at her trembling body, then up at the nest, where her legacy, her entire world, was about to be extinguished. And in that moment, something shifted. The fear didn't vanish, but it was overshadowed by a force far more powerful. A mother's love. Determination ignited in her eyes. "I must do something." She wasn't just a bird with a broken wing, she was a parent, and she would not let her child die. With a surge of adrenaline, the mother bird half-hopped, half-flapped her way down to the forest floor, dragging her injured wing through the dirt. The pain was excruciating, but she ignored it. She needed to create a diversion, to become a more tempting target than the defenseless chick in the nest. She let out a series of loud, frantic chirps, designed to sound like an easy, wounded prey. The weasel, just feet from the nest, paused. Its head swiveled, its dark eyes locking onto the struggling bird on the ground. She began to thrash about, mimicking the throes of a dying animal, drawing the predator's attention completely away from the tree. Every movement sent waves of agony through her body, but she pushed on, her love for her child fueling her every action. "Look at me," her desperate dance seemed to say. "I'm the one you want." The weasel, lured by the promise of a bigger, easier catch, abandoned its climb and slunk towards the mother bird. It was a game of cat and mouse, a deadly bluff. The predator approached, confident and slow, savoring the moment. The mother bird waited, her heart hammering against her ribs. She let it get closer, closer, until she could see the glint of its sharp teeth. Just as the weasel lunged, she used her good wing and her legs to launch herself sideways, tumbling into a thicket of thorny bushes. The weasel, surprised by the sudden move, followed, but the dense thorns slowed it down, snagging its fur. The mother bird scrambled out the other side, putting a precious few feet of distance between them. She was leading it away, step by agonizing step. The chase was a grueling marathon of pain and strategy. The mother bird, using her intimate knowledge of the forest floor, led the weasel through a maze of tangled roots and sharp rocks. She would let it get close, then use a burst of energy to create distance again, always staying just out of reach. It was a terrifying, exhausting ordeal. Finally, she saw her chance. A narrow crevice between two large rocks, too small for the weasel to enter. With her last ounce of strength, she dove into the opening, collapsing in the darkness. The weasel snarled in frustration, pawing at the entrance, but it couldn't reach her. Defeated and with the element of surprise lost, the predator finally gave up and disappeared back into the forest. Panting and trembling, the mother bird waited until the forest was quiet again. She cautiously emerged from her hiding place and began the long, painful journey back to her tree. When she finally reached the base, she looked up. Her little one was safe, peeking over the edge of the nest, chirping softly. A wave of profound relief washed over her, so powerful it almost brought her to her knees. She had done it. Against all odds, with a broken body but an unbreakable spirit, she had saved her child. In that moment of reunion, a simple truth echoed through the forest. True strength isn't about physical power, it's about the courage that is born from love. This story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Life will break our wings sometimes. We will face obstacles that seem insurmountable, and we will feel weak, helpless, and alone. But when we are fighting for something we love, our family, our dreams, our values, we can find a strength we never knew we had. That mother bird teaches us that our spirit is not defined by our limitations, but by our determination. Sacrifice and courage are the forces that can move mountains and stare down any predator. So when you feel broken, remember her. Remember that even with a broken wing, you can still fight, you can still protect, and you can still win. What did you learn from this small bird's immense courage? Sometimes the most profound lessons come from the most unexpected teachers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If this story moved you, please give it a like and subscribe for more tales of inspiration and resilience. Thank you for watching, and never forget the power of your own spirit.